This is one of the most underrated things when it comes to fitness and bodybuilding, and I hate that it is. It isn't talked about nearly as much as it should be, and that is stretching and flexibility. When you're getting into fitness, when you're getting into bodybuilding, sure, you have nutrition, you have your training, and these two things by itself, as controversial as it may be, they're not going to make you live a healthy life in the future. You're going to be lean. You're going to be, obviously to an extent, you're going to be healthy. You're going to avoid a lot of health problems if you follow a healthy diet, if you watch what you eat, if you train, exercise. But what's going to help you remain, flexible and strong is your flexibility. And not just when it comes to your health, but when it comes to your lifts, your range of motion, when it comes to exercises. Flexibility is everything, which is why I put so much importance on flexibility in my training. I see so much. I see people train hard. I see people, eat right, eat healthy, and do all the right things. But one thing that's heavily neglected is flexibility and stretching. You don't have to stretch, every single day. I think you can incorporate it into your weekly training routine. I stretch every single day because I have to be able to do the things that I want to do. I genuinely enjoy stretching, and to remain as flexible as I want to be, I need to stretch every single day. But you need to incorporate some sort of stretching in your training routine. Now, what I recommend is, on days that you train your lower body, do stretch your upper body. Have you don't need to stretch for an hour. You don't need to stretch for 30 minutes. 10 minutes of stretching is all you need. Stretching after a workout, put 10 minutes aside to stretch everything. Doing that is going to be so much more beneficial for your training. It's going to help you with your range of motion. It's going to help you, with your mind-muscle connection. It's going to help you with how you feel, how, your mobility, like how you move your body. You don't want to be big. There's no point building muscle. There's no point having a good physique when you can't do anything with that physique. Now, I'm a dancer. I love dancing. So flexibility for me is really important. And it's taken me a while to sort of figure out how I want to incorporate, how I need to incorporate stretching, my fitness goals, my bodybuilding, everything. I used to be able to think that, if I got into bodybuilding, if I got into building muscle, I was going to get less flexible. But that's not true. That obviously isn't true, because I started stretching. I started stretching, intensely every single day, and I still do, because I want to be flexible. I need to be flexible in order to dance, in order to do the kind of acrobatic moves that I want to do. I have to stretch. So get into a stretching routine. You don't have to do it every day. Maybe straight after training, right before bed, as soon as you wake up. I would say start off with, start stretching 3 times a week and 4 times a week. 5 times a week, I think, is more than enough of stretching. And you can do full body stretching every single day, but the way I do it, I do, splits training on one day. I do back training, back flexibility on another day. I do my upper body stretching on another day, and I sort of incorporate it into my training routine, so it's part of my training. Flexibility should be as much part of your training as anything else, as your nutrition, as your, the calories, as your training routine. Your flexibility and stretching is just as important. So in 2023, if there's one change you're going to make, get into a stretching routine. I get so many people ask me, what is a stretching routine? What should I do? How do I stretch? Now, there's so many videos online. Just type in 10-minute stretches, 10-minute daily full body flexibility stretches, and you'll see a ton of videos that comes up. But if you want to follow my particular stretching routine, I'll have it linked right here. This is what I do. This is how this is mainly my splits training. I'm going to make future videos on my back flexibility and my upper body flexibility, but when it comes, for me, my leg flexibility is really important. Simplest tests to see if you're flexible or not, that in my opinion, is, can you touch your toes? Can you put your palm on the ground with your leg straight? Now, I can do that. I've always been able to do that. And I know that once I stop doing that, which I won't because I'm going to be stretching every day, but I always want to be able to put my whole palm on the ground with my knees straight. So you want to have your knees straight and put your hands on the ground. Or that's the level of flexibility that I think that everyone should be at. And I know that most of you aren't going to be at that level, which is why you start stretching. And what you realize is the more you stretch, the more you incorporate it into your daily routine, you're going to get more and more flexible. And eventually you're going to be able to do that. Now that shows that, leg flexibility, hamstring flexibility, glute flexibility, overall your whole body flexibility. Now that's just one little exercise. You want to be able to be flexible in all parts, in all areas. But if there's one change, one thing you need to add in 2023 is a flexibility. And it isn't talked about as much as it should be. It honestly isn't. You have all these fitness influencers on YouTube talk about training, talk about nutrition, supplementation, no flexibility. Now, I don't think everyone should be able to do the splits, but I just think that you should be able to do things. You should be able to have full range of motion when it comes to exercises like squats, like bench press or deadlift. That's where your flexibility comes in. It's going to prevent injury. It's going to boost your progress because you're going to have better form and everything, better range of motion. So flexibility, extremely underrated. Start getting into a proper stretching routine. Now, you can follow my stretching routine for my legs. Start slow. Don't jump straight into it. You want to build slowly on top of the flexibility that you have now. But stretching is extremely important, and that is one change you need to make, and that's one change that I'm making. Like, I'm stretching more often than I was before. I'm stretching every single day, which I wasn't doing last year, but now I'm stretching every single day. To get to the level of flexibility that I want to get to, I need to stretch every day. You don't have to stretch every single day, but at least once every 2 days, 4 to 5 times a week, stretching, that's all you need. I'll see you guys in the next one.